Hey everyone, today I'm going to share the supplements I personally use on my Tirzepatide journey. I also have some that I bought when I was researching what side effects might pop up. I haven't needed all of them. It can seem like overkill. There's a bunch of stuff over here, but I just wanted to offer a solution for every side effect someone might come across on their GLP-1 journey. Whether you're using Semaglutide, which is brand name Ozempic or Wegovy, Tirzepatide, which is brand name Mounjaro or Zepbound, or Retatrutide, which is still in clinical trials, they all work pretty similarly. They slow down your digestive system, make you feel full longer, and suppress your appetite. That's the biggest thing about these. They make it so much easier to eat healthy and stick to routine, because the hardest part about dieting is often the cravings and binging, and these medications help take that out of the equation. When that's no longer the main problem, it opens the door for you to be able to do everything else you need to do. These medications are not a cure-all, but they're an incredible tool that works with you. You still have to take the walks, aim for 80 to 100 grams of protein a day, maybe a little bit more if you're a man or exercising a lot, and it can be hard to get this much protein in a day when you're not hungry. But there are so many recipes, protein powders, and options out there to help you. What works for one person might not work for another, because we all like different things. So I'll show you everything I use to help you find what works for you. Maybe you'll prefer a cheaper brand with the same ingredients. Maybe you like shakes. Maybe you like the clear protein that tastes like lemonade, or protein bomb recipes. You can choose how you get your protein, electrolytes, fiber, and other supplements. You can find out if you're low in iron, vitamin D, or just need to take a multivitamin to support your nutrition, because eating on these medications can be hard. For me, it went from not being able to control my eating at all to not being able to eat enough. And I'd rather have that problem, because I'm losing weight, feeling better, and now I have the power to make changes like getting more protein in. I've been on this journey for about 4 months, and I haven't experienced any of the scary side effects I read about, because I had all these things to help manage them. Different side effects pop up for different people at different times. I didn't need to use most of the things I bought. Some I only used once or for a week, but I had them ready. So I want to make people aware of what side effects are possible and what you can use to relieve them, so your journey is as smooth as possible. That way you can start changing your life fast with fewer hiccups or sulfur burps along the way, which is a real side effect, though I haven't had it. But I have a solution in case someone does. If any of you have tips or things that work for you, please drop them in the comments. I'm not a doctor. I don't know everything about GLP-1s at all. I'm just sharing what worked for me. A lot of people just don't know enough about these meds, and they end up with side effects because they don't understand what's happening to their body or how to fix it. So I'm going to go over every side effect I read about and what I bought to prevent it. Then you can decide if you want to have these on hand before you start, or just refer back if something pops up. Again, you don't have to get the exact brands I use. I'm not trying to sell anything, just showing what I used and what worked. Everything here worked really well for me based on my needs and preferences. But of course, you're more than welcome to go online and find generic versions or cheaper versions, or maybe even something more expensive if it appeals to you. For example, a lot of people like liquid IV packets for electrolytes. I don't like the sugar taste, so I go for flavorless options, which I'll show you. But the key is that you need electrolytes. That's all you need to know, and you can choose for yourself in what form and from what brand you want to get them from. So let's get into it. I'll go through the side effects I read about and let you know which ones I experienced and what helped. Just a little backstory. How I started this journey was by looking online at Reddit. I was dead set on trying Semaglutide, Ozempic/Wegovy, because that was the first group I saw, and everyone seemed to be getting great results with it. But what came with that were also a whole bunch of people saying how sick and miserable they were. Vomiting, diarrhea, no energy. It sounded like a terrible way to compromise to be able to lose weight. So I also started looking into Tirzepatide. It seemed like a much better option, and I'll explain in another video how these work on the receptors in your brain and why they make you feel the way they do. I'll also explain the differences and why one might be better than the other. But at that point, my only option was a compounding pharmacy through telehealth, and Semaglutide was cheaper through those. Even though I didn't want to do Semaglutide after learning about Tirzepatide, I was going to try semaglutide because Tirzepatide was $100 more every month. That seemed like my only option, though, because I was on a budget until I discovered research peptides. Now with research peptides, people have the freedom to research semaglutide, Tirzepatide, or even Retatrutide without spending everything they have or maxing out credit cards. I've seen people online doing all these things just to stockpile these life-changing meds in their fridges so they're never without them, which is completely understandable, because who wants to be able to lose so much weight to only have it taken away from them again and go back to living and feeling the way they did before? I know I don't. I don't ever want to go without these meds again. Life opened up for me when being obsessed with food was removed. But telehealth was my only option at that point because my BMI wasn't high enough, I didn't weigh enough, I don't have diabetes, all I had was a terrible binge eating problem and nobody who understood. It got to the point where I was feeling like I was willing to do nearly anything to help myself. I had tried everything, I had dieted before and felt like I was starving the entire time. It's very uncomfortable to try to lose weight when something is off in your brain. And when you eat all that salty and sugary food, it just increases cravings more and more. I was really going through it, so this way has been a lifesaver for me. I'll also go into all the pros and potential cons of research peptides in another video, but it's been life-changing. I never have to be without the medicine again, and I don't have to take semaglutide and pay almost $200 per month. So anyway, I saw great results in the Reddit groups for semaglutide and Tirzepatide, but also a lot of side effects. By the time I actually got the medication and did my first injection, I was terrified about what would happen the next day. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if I was going to wake up in the middle of the night and be sick because I had read some horror stories. It was scary. I felt bad for taking a risk, but those of you in this position understand how hard and frustrating it is when for years on end you just want to feel and look good and nothing works. Instead, you just keep gaining sometimes. Affordable GLP-1s are the best thing I ever found, and I hope it can work for you too. So let's go into the side effects I read about and everything I bought to avoid them. So the first is a slight headache. A lot of people get one, especially after their injection. If your injection day is Thursday, expect Friday to feel a little more tired. It'll taper off during the week. Give yourself some grace. If you need a nap, just rest. Let your body acclimate. But people do report, like the day after their injection, they do get a headache. So take a Tylenol or ibuprofen based on how bad it is. Pretty straightforward. I also read about sulfur burps. This didn't happen to me, but someone I know said they were burping and had a weird taste. And it kind of goes on for a while throughout the journey for some people. They said Pepto-Bismol helped. I was afraid of nausea my first week, so I was taking Pepto-Bismol. It might have helped. I don't take it anymore because I don't get indigestion, upset stomach, heartburn, or diarrhea, but a lot of people do say Pepto helps with nausea and stomach issues. Okay, and then next is heartburn. I read a lot of people get it. Omeprazole, an acid reducer, is commonly recommended. Just take one if you get heartburn and it should help. I think I've maybe had to do that one time. So another big one is fatigue. People feel fatigued because they're not hydrated enough and aren't getting electrolytes. It's really important to drink as much water as possible. Before Tirzepatide, I didn't want water. So Tirzepatide changed something in my brain. Now I only want water. I don't like sweets anymore. I can take one sip of soda and I feel satisfied, where before I would drink a whole can. Hydration is key. I love my Awala cup. I'm not one of those people who wants to carry around a giant tumbler. This one's big enough, but not too big. You can pour from it or use this cool built-in straw it has. Like, you can just drink it like that, but it has a built-in straw right here. I don't know, I think it's cool, but that's what sets it apart for me. It became my new best friend. I linked it if you want one. But something you can put your water in that will stay cold and you can carry it along with you all day that works for you is all you need. Electrolytes also help with fatigue. A lot of people love liquid IV drink packets. I don't like flavored stuff. They have like peach and strawberry and it's a whole bunch of they have sugar and then the sugar-free version, but they just all taste too sweet to me. But a lot of people said that that has helped with their fatigue. So if you like juice flavored stuff, definitely try liquid IV, but I don't like flavored stuff. So I like this stuff called Light Show. It's a flavorless electrolyte drop. It's a clear liquid. I put about 10 drops in my water and I can't taste a thing. The serving size is 1 capful. It comes with a travel flask too, and the cap of that is 1 serving. But I just do 10 drops because I feel like you can taste a little something if you add too much, and 10 drops in my water is sufficient for me. There are electrolyte pills too, if you like pills better. Okay, so just find what works for you, and that will help with fatigue. Now for supplements, I recommend everyone take a multivitamin. You might not be eating enough and you want to get your nutrients in. I still felt fatigued, so I also added vitamin D3. This amount, which I'll link, you only have to take it once a week, and it helped me a lot. I'm also slightly anemic, so I take iron pills, but iron can cause constipation, so I take them about 3 times a week, and that really helps, like that deficient feeling, that fatigue feeling. Like once you get your levels up of iron and your vitamins and everything, you start to feel better in conjunction with staying hydrated with the electrolytes. I have another iron supplement called Healthy Blood. I think it's from Garden of Life. It works well for me. I'll link that at the bottom because it's my go-to. I'm just trying something else right now, and I'm out of it, so it's on the way, so I don't have the bottle. And I also take fish oil for my omega-3s. It makes me feel better. Some people talk about hair loss, brittle nails, or under-eye bags. I haven't gotten that problem. But if you're eating right, you'll probably be fine. But a lot of women do say stuff about hair loss. But I use a biotin, collagen, and keratin gummies just in case. I'll link that too. These are expensive, but they work well. Somebody told me to try them. But if you want something for hair, skin, and nails, just find a good combo supplement or a biotin supplement. Next, constipation, the biggest side effect that nobody wants to talk about for obvious reasons. These meds slow digestion. You feel full longer and digestion takes longer. After a big meal, I will take a big on Tirzepatide, like it's not big like it used to be, but like after dinner or something. I'll take a digestive enzyme to help break the food down. Also, probiotics help with gut health and keep you regular. Okay, this Physician's Choice is a good brand, very popular and not too expensive. Okay, so this is a staple. If you listen to nothing else, listen to this. Miralax. I started with name brand, but it's expensive. Generic brands or Clearlax on Amazon work great. You put a capful in water or coffee. I mix mine with water, a scoop of fiber, and electrolytes, and I sip on this all day. So when I make this in the morning, I'll do 1 cap of Miralax, 1 scoop of fiber, which I'll show you, and the electrolyte drops, and it just tastes like water still. All that stuff is flavorless. And then once I finish that, when I refill the water, I'll either just put electrolytes in it. I don't add the fiber or the Miralax, but you can do what if you need more, you can, but I make that mixture first drink of the day, and then the rest of the day I just drink water with electrolytes. But yeah, Miralax is great. Once a day it will keep you going, and it's not a stimulant laxative. It just keeps you regular when you're on a GLP-1, which is important since your digestion is slower, so definitely get that. Okay, and then fiber. I take 1 fiber pill in the morning and at night. Okay, so that's good. This is just psyllium husk though, so you can get psyllium husk pills, because the Metamucil is expensive, but this has lasted me like all 4 months, and I still have. It was just a huge bottle, so I just went ahead and got it. And then this is the fiber that I will scoop in my water. I'll use like a teaspoon of benefiber. They also have little travel packs, like individual ones, and you can just pour it in there. I did that the first time, and then I just wanted to I just like getting huge portions of things, so I don't have to order it so often. And then magnesium citrate. I take 1 of these every night. It helps me sleep, and it also keeps digestion moving gently. First week I had some gas and bloating feeling. I felt like a balloon. It went away, thank God. It hasn't come back, but like gas X helps. I think the active ingredient is like simethicone. I don't have the box anymore, but if you feel bloating, you can use some Gas X. But I didn't know if I would be able to continue, but that went away after like 3 days, and I have not had that issue at all, thank God. But everyone also swears by Mag 07 too. If you look online, everybody talks about this stuff. I don't recommend it. Some people say if you're backed up, you take 3 and the next morning you'll go. That didn't work for me. Some people say I put 1 in there every night in your little pill box, but it kind of made things a little watery, and my stomach was like hurting a little bit, so I'm not a fan of it, but everyone else likes it. That's like what I hear about the most, so you can try it if you want to. If you're severely backed up, like if you've been on this journey and you haven't, been taking what you need to because you didn't know, I recommend Dr. Tobias Colon Cleanse. This is something else from that brand because I don't have the bottle right now, but it looks like this. And you take 2 of these around 6 p.m. and by 8-9 a.m. you'll start going to the bathroom, and by 12-1 p.m. you should be cleared out and good to go. It's a one-time use, not daily. Some people do it once a month as a cleanse. So if you haven't been able to go and need to go, like, you will never be constipated, because look, with all these things I told you, it should keep everything moving. But if for some reason you've ended up backed up, if you haven't taken Miralax or your fiber in a few days and everything's coming to a standstill, take 2 of the Dr. Tobias Colon Cleanse, and the next morning everything will come out and you can do a great reset and just start over. Okay, finally, protein. You need enough protein. With these meds, you might only be able to eat a little. I can manage a shake in the morning, a protein shake, and a whole food dinner. These are some protein options. So Dymatize makes a protein shake. They have Cocoa Pebble and Fruity Pebble. Some people like Atkins. I know my sister does these. They're smaller, but like this only has 15 grams of protein. This has 30 grams. Fairlife makes a chocolate shake that is very popular, and it's a pretty good price at Costco. That's also 30 grams. They have Core Power brand. It goes from 26 to like 40 grams of protein, depending on which one you buy. They are pricey, but it has a lot of protein. Or you can try protein powder. Like 2 scoops of this stuff is 60 grams of protein, and if you put it in regular Fairlife milk, that has 13 grams of protein, so it's like over 70 grams of protein in a drink. But it's hard for me because that stuff is sweet, so I'm trying to find an unflavored protein option if anyone has any ideas. So that's pretty much all you need. Let's see, and then I use this is like $3 on Amazon, and you can put your morning and night meds in it. Morning is clear, night is black. So like with my iron, I'll do like 3 days here. With my multivitamin, I'll do like 3 days, alternating, or I'll do it at night, and then I'll, put the fish oil all across, 1 magnesium all across at night, fiber, 1 in every box. So for 1 in morning and night. If you need to up it, put 2 in each, or 2 in the morning, 1 at night. But you can plan out all this stuff and put it in there, so you can just take what you need in the morning and evening, and you just it's your own personal little box, and you can add what you need to it. But in conclusion, get a tumbler. Add Miralax, fiber, and electrolytes to your water. Stay hydrated to keep your digestion moving. Of course, get electrolytes so you're not fatigued. Take your vitamins. Get enough protein. And handle other side effects with supplements as needed. You don't need everything every day. Let's see, so some ending tips I offer you. Start walking, okay? You've got to keep your system moving. It's not a miracle medicine. You got to work with it. If you just inject once a week and then continue with a super sedentary lifestyle, you'll probably still lose some weight, but you will really kick it into overdrive if you get moving. My average loss this whole time has been about 2.5 to 3 pounds a week, sometimes more, sometimes less, but that's the average. And I see it's because I go walking. I walk 4 miles a day around my neighborhood, and that's about an hour and a half of walking. Start where you can, though. If you can only do 1 mile, if you can only do 30 minutes, just get out there and try, and build it up over time. So get yourself a walking partner, or get yourself a playlist of music that you like. Use your headphones, listen to Audible, like a book on tape, and walk around. This is also going to help your digestive system keep moving. As you burn those extra calories, your body's going to respond. If you just sit down and stop, everything else is going to sit down and stop too. You're going to feel fatigued and tired and miserable, and you're not going to be able to go to the bathroom as often too. As long as you move, your body's going to move with you. You're going to burn the weight off, your digestive system is going to keep working, and you'll be a teeny bit hungrier if you're exercising because you're burning off those calories, and your body's going to want more. So you'll actually be able to eat what you need in terms of protein and good nutrition. But walking is great. I can't recommend it enough. It's nice to get that fresh air, or even if you go to the gym and do a treadmill, if you can't walk around your neighborhood, that's a great option too. The beauty of all this is that you can find what works for you. If you like walking, or going to the gym, or working on exercise machines at homes, or the hula hoop things that people have, or watching workout videos, it's up to you. You can try different things, because when it comes to supplements and exercise, you just find what works for you on your journey, because it is your personal, unique journey. I'm just here to help you. So I hope this video was informative. If you have any questions, just send me a message. You can join our WhatsApp group. I have a lot more information on everything related to GLP-1s there. But thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.